Hello, 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 my virtual family and friends. Hop on in the room. Hop on in the room. I hope that y'all are doing well today. I think I put my title in, I hope so. I hope I did. If not, I'll just come back on and put it in. But come on in the room. I hope that you are all doing well today. Let me know in the comments how you are doing. We're going to talk really quickly. I'm going to stick to my notes today because yesterday I just went way over time. But today I'm going to stick to my notes. I'm going to try. And I'll be off here, let's say 15 minutes. Let me share this out and go ahead and share it out as well. Share the good news. Let somebody know I am here. Let somebody know we're about to talk about the truth, your truth, right? So let me share this out and you share it out as well. And I believe I put my title in, is there room for your truth? Is there room for your truth? As you are growing and becoming, we're all becoming, right? We're evolving. We're becoming a better version of ourselves every day. Well, that should be your goal, that every day you are endeavoring to become a better version of yourself. But is there room for your truth? Is there? So I'm going to stick to my notes today. I'm going to stick to my notes so that I don't go too far off. So is there room for your truth? That's the big question. Is there room for your truth, right? Your truth of, yeah, my past is crazy and I had some hiccups and most of them I put myself in, but I have done the work and now my truth is that I desire more. I desire to go higher. That is my truth right now. I desire to connect with some great people. I desire to move out of my hometown. Maybe that is your truth right now. I desire to change the world. I know there are a lot of people out there that they have the desire to be a part of changing their community, changing the world, but they're afraid because I don't know what this one will say. I don't know what that one will think of me. Is there room for your truth? The truth that you desire more. The truth that you want to go higher, the truth that you want to leave your current hometown, your current neighborhood. Maybe it's just too small for you. There's not enough opportunity made available for you. Maybe that is your truth right now. Is there room for your truth that you desire to connect with greater people? Right? This is the scar of attachment, I like to call it. The scar of attachment to where you are right now, what you have right now. But then there's a desire to move out of it. There's a desire for change. But because you're so attached to it, you're afraid of what people will think, what people will say. What will they say? What will they think of me? And will they be disappointed because they helped me to get from point A and I'm ready to go to point C right now? Will they be disappointed in me? Is there room for your truth? Your truth that you desire to grow. Is there room in your circle? Is there room in your relationship? Is there room in your home for your truth? Is there room? This is a very difficult place to be in. And throughout my life, I have seen, in my case and in the case of other people, the weight of being boxed in. And it feels like, hey, there's no room for my truth here. There's no room for my new truth. Because truth is, I made some mistakes. Truth is, I put myself in some places that I really shouldn't be. But my new truth is that I want more. I want to go higher. I desire more. I desire to be connected to people of influence. That is my new truth. Is there room for that new truth? Is there room for it? I want y'all to think about this, and probably you have been thinking about it. So let's continue to talk, right? And if this can happen, in any type of relationship. Let me say that. Where you feel suffocated. You want to grow, but you feel suffocated. It can happen in your family. It can happen in a romantic relationship. It can happen in a business relationship. Maybe you're ready to take on more client, but your business partner is saying, no, let's settle here. So that place of feeling suffocated can happen even in a business relationship. It can happen in ministry. But wherever you are and whomever you're connected with, you need to evaluate that circle right now and find out, is there room for my truth, the truth that I want to grow, the truth that I want to do more? Blessings to you, Apostle. Thank you so much for hopping on. Is there room for my truth? You need to do an evaluation of your circle and the people that you're connected with, right? And if this spot is not handled right, if it's not handled well, it can really suffocate you and suffocate your dreams and your aspirations. So you have to handle it well. The truth of the matter is, we all at some point have and will develop the urge for more. That's just how we were wired, right? The desire to accomplish more. But a lot of times our environment is not designed to allow for that, right? Maybe our hometown don't have the opportunities that we need. So it's going to require you to move. Then you're going to have family members who say, but you are settled here. You're doing well here. Why not just stay with this? Why not just stay at this level? You got to grow. You got to move. You have got to move. You got to get to the place where you can expand, where you can do more, because you're going to frustrate yourself. You're going to feel unfulfilled. Going to keep working that job and you're going to be miserable because you want to grow, but there's no room for your truth and nobody to push you to say, hey, do more, go higher, accomplish more. Your environment plays a big role in your ability to grow, your ability to expand, your ability to jump higher. I heard Steve Harvey was given this analogy of a tick, right? You know, a tick that gets on a dog, that they're able to leap, I believe he said 36 inches, right? Off the ground. A tick, a small tick that gets on a dog, is able to leap 36 inches. But if you catch that tick and put it inside of a jar and put a lid on it, it's going to keep trying to jump the 36 inches that it knows that it can do. But after hitting itself on the top of the container a few times, it's going to now make an adjustment for the environment that it's in. And it's no longer going to be able to jump 36 inches. So your environment plays a huge role in your ability to grow and your ability to expand. So you have to evaluate that. And that evaluation, you're going to have to do it as you evolve, because you're continuing to grow. Maybe you had moved already, but now you're in a place where you're saying, you know what, it's time for me to do more, and I may just have to move again so that I continue to do greater things, right? Move on to greater opportunities. If that's your thing, if moving is your thing. I know people who move like every year because they want to keep growing. If that is your thing. So again, your environment plays a major role in your ability to grow and to expand. Now, sometimes the people we're connected with or connected to cannot see us beyond where we are right now. They cannot see us beyond where they met us or beyond where we're currently at. Sometimes the people that we're connected to, they're not able to see that. They just know you as this person. They know you as this accountant. They can't see you on the stage speaking. They can't see you. They can't see you holding your own conference. They just know you as an accountant. They don't know you beyond sitting behind the desk and typing 9 to 5. So you again have to evaluate who's holding me back, who can't see the vision. How much time am I spending with these people who cannot see me beyond where I'm at right now? This is how you're going to handle this situation, because if you don't get out of that environment that is suffocating your dreams, you're never going to see them. They're never going to come alive. If you are in an environment and you're connected to people who cannot see you beyond where you are right now or beyond the mistakes that you've made, because that's another thing. Oh, you messed up. You did so and so and so. You can't be a speaker. Oh, you dropped out of high school. You are a teen mom. You can't have your own business. Right? That's what they would say to me. That's what they would say to me. Oh, you dropped out of high school. You're a teen mom. You can't have your own business. You can't be a mentor. Who can you mentor? That's what they would say to me. But you cannot allow yourself to fall prey to people who cannot see you beyond the mistakes or beyond your past. You cannot hold on to those people. You have to let go. I know they've probably been your, what do they call it? Ride or die, ride and die, ride or die. I don't know. I've never been a groupie. So I don't know. I know they've been your close friend, your buddy, but if they cannot see you beyond your mistakes, if they cannot see you beyond your current situation, that's a problem, and that is going to affect your growth. So you now have to make the decision for yourself to get out of that environment. All right, I'm going off script. Let me stick to my notes because I have low power on my phone and I don't want to lose y'all before I get through this. All right, so again, sometimes the people that you're connected to or that you're connected with, they cannot see you beyond where they met you, and they cannot see you beyond your right now. Because of this, they sometimes stunt your growth by saying things that is referencing your past or referencing a mistake that you have made. So here is how you know that there is no room for your growth. I know I've given you some before, but let me stick to my notes. If you have the desire to say start a business, right? If you have the desire to start a business and you have started doing research, basic things that I need to know ahead of starting this business. If someone that you consider a staple in your environment, someone that you consider close or tight-knit friend, tight-knit family, even your spouse, whatever, there goes my battery. Whatever, whomever they are, come to you and ask, what are you looking into that for? Don't you see that market is saturated? I don't care how saturated the market is. Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can run the business like you. Nobody can coach like you. Nobody has your story. Even if the story is similar, nobody lived it the way that you lived it. So if they're coming in there putting discouraging words in your ears, oh, nobody's going to look at that. Nobody's going to read that book. Don't write that book. Nobody's going to read that book. That is a sure sign that there is no room for your truth. The truth that you want to grow, the truth that you want to do more, the truth that you want to expand. There's no room. If those are the things that people are throwing at you, people who you consider a staple in your life, then there's no room for your truth. All right. But what do you do when you are faced with the fact that there is no room for your truth? Let me give you the result before my battery dies here. That, my friend, will require a strategic approach. And this approach has to be tailored according to who or what has boxed you in. Is it a family member? Is it a spouse? Because how you handle a spouse who is not supporting you is different from how you're going to handle a friend who is not supporting you or a family member who's not supporting you. So it has to be tailored according to who or what has boxed you in. In some cases, having an honest conversation with the person about where you are and where you want to go may be necessary for you. Just having that conversation. Hey, this is where I'm at right now. I know I messed up. I know I tried before and it didn't work, but I still want to do it again. I want to work on it. Now, you can support me or you can just let me be, but don't bring the negativity in my ear or over what I'm doing. So, some cases, an honest conversation has to be had. In other cases, separating from the person, the group, or the community may be necessary. Now, that one hurts. I know it hurts to pull apart, to separate yourself. But if you want to see your dreams come through, if you want to realize or fulfill the purpose that is on your life, sometimes you're going to have to separate from the person, the group, or the community. It may be necessary. So, two things that remains my focus when I find myself in such a place where there is no room for my truth. There are two things that I focus on, and I want you to consider these two things. If you're in that place where you want to grow, you want to do more, but you don't feel like you have the support and you feel boxed in, like people cannot see you beyond your mistakes, they can't see you beyond what it is that you're doing right now. There are two things that I focus on when I find myself in such a position, right? I must remain true to myself. That is a priority, because if you don't stay true to yourself, you're going to be living a lie, and that is like hellhole, right? You're going to be living a lie. So, one, you must remain true to yourself. And the second thing, whatever I decide to do, it must be done with integrity. So I'm not going to go behind somebody's back and talk about them because they don't agree with my dreams and with my vision and what it is that I want to work on. I'm not going to go behind their back and try to belittle them and start any type of conflicts. So the two things that I focus on when I have realized that, hey, there is no room for my truth, the truth that I want to grow and I want to do more, I must remain true to myself. Whatever decision I make, right? I must remain true to myself, and whatever I decide to do, whether I decide to walk away from the people who don't support me, or whether I'm just going to have an honest conversation with them about what I'm trying to do, it must be done with integrity. It must be done with integrity. Because if you try to do some shorthand stuff, some backhand stuff, or something that is dishonest, it is going to come back to bite you. I know you want to grow. I know you want to do more. Say it's in ministry. If you want to do something higher and there's somebody that you need to have a conversation with, have a conversation with them. Like, don't go behind their back and try to do some shady stuff, because it's going to come back and bite you. It will. So you must remain true to yourself, and whatever you decide to do it with integrity. Okay? Do it with integrity. All right? So someone may disagree with you, or they may disagree with me, where I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to do, but that does not give me, or it doesn't give you, the right to operate in a way that is not integral. Integrity is top priority. Okay? All right. So their inability to see where you're going or see you beyond your current situation is an indicator that this decision will have to be what is best for you and not what is best for them, or not what is best for us, right? So somebody disagree with where I'm trying to go. The decision that I make will have to be what is best for me, because at the end of the day, I need to fulfill what God has given me to do. And most of the time, what God has given you to do, it doesn't have anything to do with bringing your family along. So if they're the holdup, you may have to move and leave them behind. You may have to, and I know that hurts, but you may have to move and leave them behind. Your best friend may not be trying to go where you're going, so you're going to have to make a decision for yourself. All right? And this is where you must face the fact that who you started out with may not be the one that is standing there when you get to the end of the road, when you get to the end of accomplishing what it is that you're going after. It's a fact. Who you started out with may not be there with you when you arrive, when that business takes off. The person who started out with you may not be there with you when you get to the end of the road, where you're extremely successful at that thing that you told them that you were going to do. Not having room for our truth can be a scar that an aspiring leader or just any individual may face, and it has to be attended to. You have to take care of it. You cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore the fact that you want to do more, but this person that is very close to you, they can't see it, they can't feel it, they can't support it. It's going to be up to you to make the decision that this is my truth and I have to live it. The truth that I have to do this on my own. I have to go on my own. I have to work this business on my own. And it's okay. I think you appreciate it more when you get there and like, wow, I stuck to the guns and I worked this vision, and here we are today, successful. It's doing well. So you have to attend to your dreams. You have to attend to the purpose and the calling that God has on your life, because you're never going to feel fulfilled until you are actually doing it. You're actually playing the role that you were designed for, right? If you stay in that box, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be happy. All right? I think that's it. My phone is about to die, and I want to make sure that I give you everything. So again, even making this transition, making this change, or making the decision is not an overnight fix. It's not an overnight fix. It won't be. It won't be an overnight fix, especially if it is family members, people who are close to you, who cannot see the vision. They can't see the dream. They can't support you. You pulling yourself away is not going to be an overnight fix. You starting to work on what it is that they can't support is not going to be an overnight fix, because you're going to feel afraid, like, man, my family, my spouse, if it is a spouse, I've had to deal with that. They couldn't see it, but here we are today, right? Here we are today, doing very well. Doing very well. So if you feel boxed in, you want to grow, but you feel boxed in, you have to handle that. You have to handle it. And again, it's not going to be an overnight fix. So even while you're trying to figure out your next move, do what you can to work on the thing that you want to work on. Even if you have to work on it in silence because you know you don't have the support. That's okay. Do it. Do it. Do it. You have to be the CEO of your life. You're going to have to make some hard decisions. You have to be the CEO of your life. You cannot wait around for somebody to come open up the box and give you room. You have to make room for yourself. You've got to make room for yourself. All right? So let me give you the key points again before I hop off here, or before my phone dies. The key points that I want you to hold on to: do an assessment of your environment to see if there is any room for your truth that you want to grow, your truth that you want to do more, but those who are close to you, they're not supporting you the way that you would want them to support you. Do an assessment. When you realize that there is no room for your growth, just understand that some cases you're just going to have an honest conversation about where you are and where you're trying to go. And then in another case, you may have to separate yourself from the person, the group, or the community that you just can't find any support there. It's okay. It's all right. They'll get it at the end of the day. They will get it at the end of the day. And then the two things that I want you to keep in mind as you make these decisions, whether it's just going to be a conversation or if it's going to be a separation, two things that I want you to keep in mind: you must remain true to yourself, and whatever you decide to do, it must be done with integrity. It must be done with integrity. All right? So, my family's here, so I got to go. So, you want to do an assessment to see if there's room for your truth. If there's no room for your truth, You got to decide whether you're just going to have an honest conversation with the people group or the person, or whether you are going to separate yourself from the person or the people group so that you can grow. Hi, baby. You got coins? Okay. I'll be right there. Okay, so you must remain true to yourself, and whatever you decide to do it with integrity. All right? Do it with integrity. Alrighty, I think that's all I have. For those who are asking about how they can work with me, just check out my page. You will see the information there of how you can work with me as your coach in this season. All right? That's all I have. Look on my page, check out my bio, click the link that says New Dimension Consulting Store, and it will take you to my free training, and you will learn how you can work with me. I love you all with the love of the Lord. Keep growing. Be all that God has called you to be. You're going to be amazing. Your future is bright, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I celebrate you before it even manifests, because that's faith. Faith is you celebrate before you see it. All right, I love you all with the love of the Lord. I've got to